Welcome to the brand new episode of Campus Eye. I'm your host Srutha Keerthi. Let's have a look at this week's news. Today we will be discussing the topic of environmental conservation as we continue to face the challenges of climate change, deforestation and pollution. It's clear that taking care of our planet is no longer a choice but a necessity. Let's dive into the world of environmental conservation and explore the ways we can make a difference together through this interview.
Hello, welcome to Campus Eye. Today we'll be speaking about the environmental concerns of our world. We are the first generation that has felt the impact of climate change and the last generation that can do something about it. So, today with us we have Father William Marcel Rodriguez, SJ, the Assistant Professor at St. Aloysius deemed to be University. So, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Veronica. Thank you.
So, Father, I wanted to know that what inspired you to be in love with the environment, the earth, the beauty that is around us?
Definitely, I come from a very green, lush green district called Mangalore, coffee bed, the first district which grew coffee in India. And I was born in a coffee estate. And that growing in the coffee estate, seeing greenery and going around, literally seeing this greenery being lost in the world. I have traveled quite a lot across India. I have traveled across cities, traveled across northern part of India, and in our own district I have traveled. Quite a lot of greenery is lost today, especially for monoculture, and that is a big concern I feel. So it is the inborn desire to see greenery that has inspired me to get into environmental studies and teaching environment in my academics. Besides that, it is also part of my Jesuit formation where we are all called to care for this common home, that is the nature. Our Pope himself calls us to care for this common home, and therefore I have taken this as my personal interest, personal mission.
Yeah, so Father, there was a quote that Mahatma Gandhi said when you said that when you were living in Chikmagalur, you saw that how the earth is degrading, like the nature is degrading. So Mahatma Gandhi quotes saying that the earth has enough for our need, not for our greed. What do you have to say about that?
I think it is true, isn't it? Our human tendency is to gather more, gather as much as you see around, it belongs to you, we feel. For humans, everything belongs to him or her. This is a self-centric life, basically. Our humans live a very self-centric life. We need to grow out of it. That is the call of Gandhiji. He is calling us to think about the other, especially the vulnerable animal, the fauna and the flora. They are affected, terribly they are affected. They are brothers and sisters, as St. Francis of Assisi used to call the plants and the creatures as brothers and sisters. Basically, there are brothers and sisters. Because of them, we are living. They are taking care of us, literally. And therefore, what Gandhiji is calling us to be other-centric, more than being self-centric.
So when you spoke about that, I have heard that you are also a person who is into ecofeminism. So you said the vulnerability of the animals, the birds and the creatures. So how do you want to connect it with the women and the nature?
Yeah, definitely when we respect women who are the procreators of human beings, I would say similarly we must respect nature, because there is a mother there in the nature. There is a sister there, literally loving us, caring for us. And there is a sustainer there, practically protecting us. I believe there is a lot of similarity between a mother and a woman and a nature. Therefore, the feminine dimension need not be related only to women sometimes. Sometimes we attribute to the feminism only to women. Feminism could be part of anybody. Feminism is nothing but equality between men and women. We are all responsible towards the nature. Nature is taking care of us and we need to take care of the nature. And that is what feminists emphasize upon. Yeah.
So in today's world, we can see how global warming is affecting too much. Just like women are also deprived of so many things. Today, especially in India, we can see, especially in the northern part of India, we can see a lot of rape happening. And as well as what is happening to the earth is global warming. The earth is getting burnt because of a lot of issues. What do you want to speak about that, Father?
Many corporates, especially the multinational companies, who are depending on the nature's produce to cater to their own business, as well as the conglomerates and so on who want to grow in their business, they are negating this aspect. Climate change, they are negating it. The global warming, they are negating it. But if you carefully see, we ourselves are witness to so many changes in the nature. Our plants are there around, they are not flowering at their right time. We see our fruit trees, they are not bearing fruits at the right time. There is erratic sort of change in the nature. There is terrible change in the nature. And therefore I see this is nothing but it is an irresponsible way of looking at this change that we are seeing caused by human intervention. And we cannot deny that the change is happening, and therefore we need to take it very seriously. Maybe it has been taken care in the deliberations of world leaders, maybe in the UN body, maybe it has taken at multiple interventions, maybe Stockholm intervention, or maybe at Rio intervention, maybe even it is happening now in the so-called conference of parties and cooperation of the parties here. So COP, what we call, and it is happening, it is being highlighted quite a lot, but the responsibility falls on everybody, not only the rich people, it falls on everybody, but the richer people have to take the greater responsibility towards this, because they are the primary responsible people towards this, because they have got finances and they are also reason towards this degradation of the nature.
So Father, you were speaking about the responsibility, how not just the rich but everyone, especially the rich, have a very big responsibility towards taking care of the nature. So there's a North American proverb that goes by saying that usually ancestral properties are given to us and we take care of it and then we give it to our next generation. But it is said in that proverb that the earth, the environment is something that is not ancestral. It is borrowed from the future children. So what are your thoughts about it?
Yeah, that's true. That is directly connected with the sustainability. Our environment that is with us, it is not our own. It is of the entire humanity, entire world for that matter, the living organisms of the past and the future also. And therefore, we need to protect that, and we call it as sustainability. We need to sustain it for the future. And therefore, all the deliberations of the world leaders are emphasizing on that. And therefore, they are also asking us to draw a roadmap towards this sustainability. Sustainability is the mantra of our times. And therefore, we need to think about the future. Definitely, we are consuming and over-consuming the future resources and the blessings, I believe.
So what is it that we can do to help the future generation? Like nowadays we have seen this terrace planting and different kitchen gardens and different things that newer generation are coming up with. So is there anything that you have got something that you want to tell our audience?
Definitely, there are many ways we can intervene in this matter. First of all, we need to read a lot. We need to read a lot towards caring for this common home. That's one thing. And reading means gain knowledge about this world. What is happening about this world? What is happening to our world? What is happening to our nature? That is the first thing which we need to do. Secondly, we have in our constitution, in our Indian constitution, we have a beautiful fundamental duty that has been mentioned in the section 51, article 51 and subsection A, and that particular section tells us it should be the duty of every citizen of India to protect and improve the natural environment, including forests, lakes, rivers and wildlife, and to have compassion for the living creatures. And therefore, keeping this in mind, We have got a beautiful example around us. I am standing here with you in a park, in a garden. It is known as Alvana, Aloysius Vana. I believe this is a learning that we take from here, that every student should inculcate a respect for nature, that is every plant, every creature that is around us. And at the same time become familiar with every plant that is around us. What is the benefit of each plant? They should know about it. So therefore, there are multiple ways of inculcating those values. Maybe having a terrace cultivation, maybe having some pots and plants inside your house and in your vicinity, and maybe including recycling plant which we have in our campus. We have got plenty of recycling processes, recycling, then restoring or retaining the so-called the rainwater within the campus. If our campus is too small, at least have a sump where the water can be preserved. That water can be used either for drinking purpose or later on for even gardening purpose. You have got multiple ways of protecting. We have got in our Aloysius campus, there is Alvana, where we have got the bird sanctuary, we have got the fish which are taken care of. Besides that, we have got drum garden, which can be a concept for the terrace gardening, drum gardening. We have got butterfly park. Moreover, we have got Miyawaki forest. The Miyawaki forest is nothing but urban forestry, where in a limited space you try to grow as many trees as possible, so that they compete with each other in a limited space and they come up. And therefore, that concept is a very good concept coming from Japan, very much suitable for our urban so-called forestry, urban situation. And therefore, that is one of the possibilities which we have shown here in our Alvana. Then we have got in our campus the fruits, maybe tropical fruits largely, because our land is a tropical land where there is a lot of terrain, hilly terrain, and therefore we have got tropical fruits here. Some of them may grow here, some of them may not grow here, but we have experimented, we have seen it is being grown, they are being cultivated. Variety of fruit trees are here. Maybe that could be one of the ways of showing interest in the plants. Maybe all of us love fruits. Maybe fruits are one of the ways of caring for the nature also, where birds also can eat them, animals also can eat them, and then we too can benefit from them. That is what I would suggest.
That's a beautiful way of putting it out, and I hope that today's generation will look up to it and start doing something, because it's something that people want to do, but they end up doing that. Okay, we all end up being lazy. Especially I know about myself. We have 2 small plant pots in my house, and every day I know I am supposed to water it so that it will flourish, it will. And I remember my mom and dad. My dad is a person who studied biology, so he used to say that you should talk to plants, because even they can understand what we are speaking. So if you talk lovingly, the plant will grow nicely, and if you are talking harshly to the plant, or if you are not taking care of the plant, it won't grow. So I used to take care of the plant, but sometimes I end up not giving water to the plant, and that's when I realize that I am thirsty, I need water. So what about my plant? Even they need water. So further, but there are some places, some situations where we are not able to do, we become helpless, not able to do anything. Like recently, the place where I am living, opposite to my building, there was a small compound where there were a lot of trees, and day before yesterday they chopped all the trees down. I was standing there on the balcony looking at it, and I didn't know what to do about it. When I inquired why they are cutting it out, they just said that from the building some people are throwing waste and it's smelling. So the owner of the land he thought that he'll chop all the trees and build a compound wall and put a warning board. So what do you have to say about that to the people, that instead of cutting trees, what else can they do? Because those trees were something that every day morning when I opened my window, looking at those trees, that gave me life. That gave me a beautiful start to my day. But now when I open the window, there's nothing. It's just a dry land.
This is a common feature all over, especially in cities where there's a limited space. With a limited space, a very costly space, we want to develop it. We want to benefit from it. We want to have more infrastructure for ourselves. This is a tragic way of thinking for every human being for that matter. There are better ways, there are alternative ways, eco-sensitive ways or ecologically friendly ways of developing your own properties. Today landscape can be developed in such a way that you have a building and you can also have greenery within the building or outside the building. Maybe we have to think alternatively towards such buildings or such construction or structures where we can incorporate greenery within it. In the cities, it is difficult for many people. There is a person who wants to make a business out of his property and he wants to build it and he wants to protect it. Unfortunately, in the cities, that consciousness is not there. The more you are congested, the more you want to think in a very narrow way. That's what is happening with the human mind, I believe. And therefore, maybe if at all you're cutting down few trees within your vicinity, it is a deprivation for yourself, and you're depriving your own breathing of fresh air. So that is not getting into the mindset of the humans basically. What they are looking at is their own profit. So therefore, if they are cutting down some trees in one place, at least let them plant some trees somewhere else. I believe we at Aloysius University, deemed to be university, we have set a right example. Sometime when we cut one tree, we try to give at least 100 trees, donate 100 trees or plants, saplings, distribute them or plant them in different places. And it's a right example, I feel. We need to set a right example. Sometimes we have to develop campuses, we have to develop our property in a very real estate way, but we need to incorporate different perspectives, maybe greenery within your campus, or even distribute greenery or plants to people around you, or plant some of the plants somewhere else at least.
Thank you so much, Father. It was really good having you with us, sharing about the concerns of the environment and the earth. I am sure together we can build a sustainable future for our earth, as sustainability is the ability to meet the needs of the present without compromising the needs of the future generations to meet their own needs. Thank you.
As we strive for a cleaner, greener, and more sustainable future, one crucial aspect demands our attention: waste management. From household trash to industrial waste, improper disposal can have devastating consequences on our environment and health. Today we take you to Mangalore, a city tackling this challenge head on. Let's explore their journey towards effective waste management.
Waste refers to any unwanted or discarded material, substance, or product that no longer serves its purpose. This includes household trash, industrial byproducts, agricultural waste, and more. Proper waste management helps mitigate issues like climate change, water contamination, and loss of biodiversity. By adopting responsible waste management practices, we contribute to a cleaner, healthier, and more sustainable future. Welcome to Mangalore, a city known for its pristine beaches and lush greenery. But like any other urban center, Mangalore faces a daunting challenge: managing its waste. Let's take a closer look at the city's waste management system. Every morning at 6:30 a.m., the waste collection vehicles start their rounds gathering waste from households and commercial establishments across the city.
ಮೇಡಮ್ ನಮ್ಮದು ಕುಷ್ಟಗಿ ತಾಲೂಕು ಹಿರೇಗುನ್ನಾಗರ ಗ್ರಾಮ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಒಂದು 7ನೇ ವರ್ಷ ಚಲ್ತಿ. ನಾವು ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಕುಳೂರು 2ರಿಂದ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ, ಗಾಡಿ ತೊಗೊಂಬರ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಆಲ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾವೆ ಗಾಡಿ. ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ 6 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಊರಷ್ಟೋರ್ ಚರ್ಚಿಂದ ಬಾಬೂಜಿ ನಗರದಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು, 17 ನಂಬರ್ ವಾರ್ಡ್. ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು 6 ಗಂಟೆಯಿಂದ ಒಂದು 2 ಗಂಟೆವರೆಗೆ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿದೆ ಹಸಿ ಕಸ. ಒಣ ಕಸ ಆದರೆ ಒಂದು 4 ಗಂಟೆ 5 ಗಂಟೆವರೆಗೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಟೈಮಿಂಗ್ ಸಹ ಇಲ್ಲ, ರೂಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಹಸಿ ಕಸ ಒಣ ಕಸ ಆದರೂ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಒಬ್ರು ಕೊಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಗೆ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಇವ್ರ ಕೈಯಿಂದ ಬೇರೆ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಿಚ್ಚಿ ಗಲೀಜಿದ್ರು ಸಹ ಇವ್ರ ಕೈಯಿಂದ ಕೈಗೆ ಏನು ಕೊಡೋದು. ಇವರೇ ಬೇರೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ, ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಬಿಡಂಗೆ.
The waste is then transported to the Mangalore waste management facility, where it's segregated into different categories. Here, waste is sorted into organic, inorganic, and recyclable materials. This crucial step ensures that waste is processed efficiently and effectively. According to Ms. Ashwini, Health Inspector at Mangalore City Corporation, the goal is to achieve 100% waste segregation and minimize landfill waste, working closely with residents and stakeholders to make Mangalore a model city for waste management. Residents play a vital role in this process. By segregating waste at source, they contribute to a cleaner, healthier environment. Mangalore's waste management system is a step towards sustainability. By adopting effective segregation and recycling practices, we can reduce waste, promote eco-friendly habits, and preserve our city's natural beauty. With camera person Veronica for Team Campus I.
Today, we shine a spotlight on animal rescue and the importance of caring for animals in need. From stray dog to wildlife, every creature deserves compassion and care. Animal rescue is not just about saving life, but giving them a second chance and happiness. We will explore simple yet powerful ways to make a difference: volunteering, donating, spreading awareness, and more. Every small action counts. Join us on this inspiring journey to discover how we can help animals in need.
Animal rescue is not just about saving lives. It's about giving animals a second chance at happiness. From dogs and cats to wildlife and farm animals, every creature deserves our compassion and care. Animal rescue organizations work tirelessly to provide vital resources such as food, shelter, and medical care to animals in need. But we don't have to be a part of large organization to make a difference. We can all contribute in small yet meaningful ways. For example, during summer days, we can set up a water pot for birds and other small animals to quench their thirst. We can also create a bird-friendly garden by planting native flowers and trees that provide shelter and food. Even simple actions like avoiding single-use plastics, reducing food waste, and supporting eco-friendly products can have a significant impact on the well-being of animals. We can also help stray dogs in our community. One small initiative is to put reflective collars on them, so they are visible at night and less likely to get hurt. We can also provide food and water for them, and support organizations that work towards sterilizing and vaccinating stray animals. As we reflect on the importance of animal rescue, let's remember that every small action counts. We can volunteer, donate, or simply spread awareness about animal rescue. We can also incorporate small-scale efforts in our daily lives, such as providing food and water for stray animals, creating animal-friendly habitats, and supporting organizations that work towards animal welfare. Together, we can create a world where every animal has a loving home and a second chance at life. Let's join forces to make a difference, one small step at a time. With camera person Veronica for Team Campus I.
As we bid goodbye to this year and welcome a new year one, let's make a resolution to strive for a greener environment. Together, let's make a conscious choices, reduce our footprint, and create a better world for all. Happy New Year! Let's go green. That's all for this week's Campus Eye. See you next time. Until then, stay tuned.